All right, so for today, okay, 53, circle anatomy. Okay, these are going to be the different parts of our circle. So we're going to go over it now. There is a stack of rulers. Where'd the stack of rulers go? There was a stack of rulers like right back there.
You picked them up.
I know, but I left them so we could be passed out. Did they get moved?
I don't know. That right there.
All right, so back to the notes. Now that you guys have your rulers. Okay, a couple things. So we're going to go through and talk about these things. You guys are going to write these in. So first, okay, chord. So a chord is a line segment with endpoints on the circle. Okay, so yeah, chord is a line segment with endpoints on the circle. So we're going to go through and draw this in. So your circles are actually pretty good right here that they're copied. So draw right here, the center of the circle. And I am going to draw a line with endpoints on the end of the circle. So right here, I'm going to put my endpoint here, here. And I'm going to label this one K and this one J. So right here it says a line segment with endpoints on the endpoints on the circle. So now right here, now this is a chord. If it were to also go through the center, if it goes to the center, what would it be called if it goes to the center? Anyone take a stab at it? Diameter. Yeah, that is diameter. So it goes all the way across and it goes to the center. So is a diameter a chord? Say yes.
Yes.
So the diameter is also a chord. So this is a chord. Okay? So its endpoints are there. Next one is tangent. A line that intersects a circle at exactly 1 point. That means only 1 point. Okay, only 1 point. So now I'm going to draw my line. I have my center of my circle over here. My arrows. And then I have my label as point Q. So now it is only touching at 1 point. Okay, you guys drawing these? Hopefully. Okay, secant is the next one. Is a line that intersects a circle at 2 points. Center. call this one right here R, and call this one right here T. Now, what's the difference in between a secant and a chord? Okay, so yes, that is true. Anything else?
A chord has endpoints, secant doesn't.
Very good. That's exactly what I'm looking for. A chord has endpoints, a secant does not. Because a line segment has endpoints, where a line does not. Kind of like, if you guys remember back, way back semester 1, a ray has one endpoint and then goes on forever. Okay, a line segment has two endpoints, so it ends on both sides, and a line goes on in both directions forever. Okay, is everyone back there done copying this down? Okay, all right, so the next one is going to be central angle. An angle with a vertex in the center of the circle. And we also know the two sides are radii. So I draw my dot for my center here. So it's going to look like that. And then I could label it point P. This is going to be A. This is going to be B. So this is going to be called angle APB. Now, what do we know about all radii in a circle? They're the same. That's what I need. All radius of a circle are the same because a radius is from the center of the circle out to the edge. So in this case right here with a central angle, what do I know about these two lines? They are congruent. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for, congruent. So I'm going to put a congruent mark right here. So those are going to be congruent to each other. So in a central angle, my legs or radii are going to be congruent. All right, so let's take a look at the next one, inscribed angle. It says an angle with a vertex on the circle and the two sides are chords. So I'm going to draw my center. call this endpoint right here A, this endpoint right here B, this endpoint over here is going to be C. So my angle will be angle ACB.
What's that last word, Sam?
Chords.
Oh, what?
This one right here, chords. Yes. All right, next one is minor arc. An arc with a measure less than 180 degrees and named with 2 letters. So I'm going to start here. Okay, so I'm going to put my points. So I'm going to call this C, D, and E. So the first one I'm going to talk about is this one right here. Let me color that one in right here. So here's my 2 letters. Now, if you want to understand the difference in between the arcs and the angle, the arc is actually like the crust of your pizza. So this is your pizza crust. Any arc is the pizza crust. So we're talking about only the edge from here to here. So I would label this arc DE. Is there another minor arc on here? EC, right? So I could actually do that one too. I'll do that one in red. So that's another one right here. It's less than 180. Could I say CD?
Yes.
Not really. Does it look like it goes halfway around the circle? If it looks like it goes halfway around the circle, I'm going to assume that's halfway around the circle. So I'm going to just say this one right here, CE. So that's arc CE. Make sense? Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the next one. Major arc. So that's an arc with a measure. Now, take a guess. If a minor is less than 180, what's a major? More than 180. Very good. And this one is named with 3 letters. So I'm going to put my center right there. Have my C. Have my E. And then put the D right there. Alright, so now for this one right here, I'm going to show you guys. So I would start at C, go all the way around, and then keep going. So, like I said, if it looks like it goes halfway, it's probably halfway. So this is halfway. So from C to D is halfway. And then if it's going to be with 3 letters, I would trace it out. It'd be C, D, E. So that one's going to be my major arc. Arc C, D, E. Make sense?
Yep.
Questions over that? Okay, so let's take a look at the practice now, please. So the practice should be actually easy today. Now, a couple things that I did not cover. Because these are things that we've gone over back a long time ago, like radius and diameter. Okay, so radius and diameter we've already gone over a long time ago. Now, so the center of a circle. So what would be the center of this circle right here? This one right here. X, right? So that's pretty straightforward, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now let's look at this one right here, because I'm going to start at number 7 here. PN. So from P to N, it's going from the center to the edge. So what would I call that?
A radius.
That's a radius, isn't it? And then for Q to N, that one's your diameter. It's going all the way across and it's going through my center. So that one's going to be a diameter. And that's over here somewhere. QN is number 10. All right, now let's look at LQ. What do you think LQ is going to be? Because it's just a line. What is it? Tangent. Very good. That is a tangent. That is a tangent line for LQ. Okay, now let's look at this next one. It's angle. NQR. So trace it out if you need to. N to Q to R. N to Q to R. It's an angle. What is it going to be? Inscribed. There we go. It's an inscribed angle. Okay? You guys can get this done before we even end class today. So, don't forget, like and subscribe, right?